muscles.
Scooch over, you're not in it.
Sorry. What? It's a bit loose. I might need to get me tools out and see what I can do, eh? Fuck me, I'll probably break it more, but I'll give it a go. I'm not funny.
I've got tears in my eyes.
I'm funny, eh?
Yeah. Why do you always do that?
Okay. Okay. Take advantage of my mental health, motherfuckers.
3, 2, 1.
3, 7. Come.
Hey guys, welcome to Young Minds Unleashed. Today we are going to chat about, what are we chatting about today?
Restlessness.
Restlessness.
Agitated, impatient.
Yeah. And probably a couple of other things.
So basically just before I had a chat with Erin, to just kind of touching on, I've been a bit restless lately. And Erin said, tell him.
Oh, he doesn't believe me, and some of you guys probably wouldn't believe me either. But studies show in a large group there's no effect, but if you were to research individual, there is an effect of the full moon affecting how you feel and your thoughts and stuff like that. Like you can feel very agitated around a full moon. I don't know.
Look up at the moon too often. Anyway, we'll work it out. Something that helped. I was feeling restless and I just had no patience for anything or anyone. Take the time out to really just feel a little bit more, just kind of grateful and appreciate those people. Just individually take the time to think about how much they meant to me and all that sort of stuff, which is hard to do sometimes when you're feeling a little bit anxious and agitated.
I think we spoke on this last time about being selfish towards yourself.
Yeah. It all kind of relates. Sometimes years where they feel agitated and they kind of feel like if you're speaking to someone you feel like you don't have time for them or you're just impatient. Just what helped for me was just to think about if they were gone. I just try to imagine if they were just never in my life again. It made me kind of appreciate
that they're there now.
How much they meant to me, and that's just kind of set me back and I'm on track and I'm good. So
yeah,
and
let's go back to like that whole taking time for yourself thing. So leading into my holidays, so I work with kids, so I run up a school term with my holidays and work. So I work 10 weeks, 2 weeks off, 10 weeks, 2 weeks off. Anyway, so coming into my recent school holidays, I've just been feeling so flat. So this is why I haven't really done a video lately either. I've just been struggling with myself. I just have had no mental motivation, no motivation in general, and just feeling so empty. And I ended up having to take a break away where I just went up by myself on a road trip. And I just feel 100% better. Recognize when we feel like restlessness or when we feel empty or when we feel void or, you know, there's something going on, just take some time for yourself.
That's
like
important.
By yourself. Yeah, I think it's really important.
Alone. Like really with no one, nothing around.
Like not, you don't have to go to my extent.
Erin didn't even take my phone call, motherfucker.
I didn't get a phone call.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You're like, oh,
sorry. I
sorry.
guess I had no reception to Arakun, so like Cat Head, in the back of my car, just camping in the back of my car, in the middle of nowhere, in a bush, by myself, with my dog. That was it. It was pretty cool. Times, well, especially in my industry where I'm around people 24/7. And I'm constantly also absorbing other people's problems, because it's like
it weighs on you a bit,
yeah, it just gets really heavy, and I think being by yourself and out in nature as well just gets to reset the mind a lot. Like we live in a city, we live in such a clustered, such a fast-paced life these days that we just need to take time to stop and do nothing like we were, you know.
Most of you should know Tony Robbins. Fuck, if you're watching this, you should know Tony Robbins. And I went to a seminar for 4 days in UPW. Yep. Fortunately, I got free tickets. The tickets that I've implemented is state change, and that's what came to mind when you said how you got away from everyone. Physiology is the biggest thing that will affect your state. So a simple thing as sitting kind of hunched over versus sitting upright, she's struggling mentally, feeling run down. The best thing for her to do, maybe without her realising, was get away from, just have something completely different, which changes her physiology, changes her environment, which in essence changes her state and how she feels. So it's more of a reset. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I actually learnt this a while ago. I can't remember what it was that releases, but it's a practice, a part of a meditation or a part of a yoga. I can't remember which one it is. And they say if you're feeling really down or you're feeling really agitated or something like that, and you notice that your posture's like this, if you stand nice and tall and bring your chest up and just take a deep breath in I think it's like you get a rush of adrenaline or you get a rush of something come through you, and like a feeling of, I'm not sure if it's like, I can't remember it, like proud or something like that, and it completely changes your mindset.
Yeah, and it really does work. It really does. It's just different. It changes your mind. Like your mind completely loses track of what it was. It changes you straight away in a matter of a second.
Yeah.
So that kind of put it into perspective. Triggers to get yourself into those states.
Yeah,
is really
and
important.
I was thinking about doing like what we were going to talk about in the video a while back, and I was going to word it along the lines of something like anchoring or something like that.
Anchoring exactly what kind of relates.
It relates to it, yeah. So for me, a really big trigger to change my mindset is I use music. Some people say not to use music because
no, it's just what it's personal preference.
Yeah, or it can change. It can put you into a more depressed state. But if you find a beat that's like really uplifting and really motivational, it can really pull you out of that state and push you into a nice motivational state. So I find like, I don't know, electronic dance music is one that really gets me to get my work done and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
grow up, Aaron. Oh, doof. Oh, fucking hell. Put some opera on. Fucking get with it.
Metal sometimes.
Oh my god.
I'm a really big fan. But yeah, I use music.
Music does help.
I've heard from some professionals that not to use music because it may put you further into a depressed state, and it's not a good thing to do. But
I reckon you don't notice. I look younger, right? Look at that. Look, I look so young.
and it kills his eyebrows more than I do.
It really does. Physiology really has a big effect. So there's a lot of jumping and yelling and.
You mentioned before anchoring.
Anchoring's just. So he would say, make your move. For me, it was like one of those things that I'd do when I was younger if I was excited or whatever it was. Some people it's like a fist pump, some people it's like hitting the hand, some people it's putting their hands up. Whatever your kind of move is to get you into. What if you want a car?
Oh yeah.
Okay, free petrol for 2 years.
Because
Because you drive a lot.
Yeah, I do drive a lot. Yeah, that'd be alright.
What would you do?
I don't know. What do you mean?
What would you do? Like, alright, Aaron, you won petrol for 2 years.
I'd just be like, yeah, cool.
Oh, fucking hell. What makes you... What
It doesn't
makes you
excite
excited?
me too much.
What excites you?
I don't know.
Oh, God, if you don't know what excites... You should...
If they had told me that I had won a grant to open up a facility of my own choice with no, like,
Oh,
say,
here we go. No. Sponsor came to you and said, over the phone, he said, Aaron, like all the things you want to do with your gym, we'll fund all of it.
Oh, fuck, I'd be over the moon.
What would you do? What would your, like, reaction be?
I'd probably be speechless. My heart would be pounding and that would be it.
What's your, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What do you just send it like, oh my god, yes. An email that said, we will fund everything.
I'd probably question it first. I'd be like...
Oh my god, for the sake of the video. You're weird. Anyway, I don't know how I'm going to help her. For me, it's like double fist pump, because that's what I did when I was younger. Like if I'd win something, it'd be like, yes.
No,
So-
see, when I went, I would never... I'd just be like, woo, cool. Like, I never really...
It comes from a physiology change. It might be that. It might be like, yes, it could be sitting up, or it could be like, woohoo.
Yeah, I think it's more just like posture for me.
Figure out what excites you, how you act towards that, and then the next time that you're excited and you do that, whenever you're feeling down, you make that move and you put yourself in that state. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
So for me, I've been in the gym a lot lately, right? There's days where I get to the gym and I'm like, for fuck's sake. Like everyone does. You're like, you don't want to work out. You can't be bothered. You don't
Yeah.
want to snap myself out of it by making the move that gets me into that state. And then I can be pumped up and then I can go do what I want to do. And it takes practice.
It just relates back to me with my music. So if that was for me...
I'm itchy nose now. Oh,
Take it.
I did take a hay fever tablet.
So for me, it's like the full, the music change. Putting that music on, that's how I pump myself up.
Yeah. Well, then there you go. It's just like, find a thing that you do, whether it's, what are you doing? Focus. Oh, what is that noise?
Yeah. Personal preference for everyone for anchoring and for what makes you feel good.
If you're feeling agitated, let me just get it in quickly.
Yeah.
To sum it up. If they're gone out of your life and you feel like you wouldn't care, you probably shouldn't be around the person. If you really couldn't give a shit, true?
Yeah, probably true.
That, yeah, you just got to make that.
And if you feel like if you feel like something's not right with you, like nothing is exciting you, that you don't feel alive.
You need to find something.
No, and that you are just, I don't know, you feel so meh. You know, you wake up, go to work, come home.
Change something.
Go away by yourself. Try and use as less technology as you can, and just kick back, relax, and do nothing until your mind resets. And get home, make a change in your life.
Yeah.
Because without that initial just chill session, making the change probably isn't going to do anything. You need to understand your head first and then make that change.
You need to change.
Yeah.
That's it. And if the change doesn't work, what do? Change again.
Until something feels
yeah,
right
until
again.
it clicks. It's the same with...
Or for me, like, even though, like, I knew before all of it happened, like, before I went away, sorry, I could feel it coming on, and sometimes you just need to let it come on and just recognise it, and then kind of let it sort itself out, and then go to that next step.
Yeah.
And then go into your change, because sometimes taking that first change step's never going to work.
Yeah, don't rush. It takes a bit of time. I mean, because we've touched on it before though, but just daily life nowadays is a lot more rushed, a lot more intense.
It's so ridiculous.
It's just too much, like, fucking, just like, constant.
The expectations are just up here for us these days. It's stupid. It really is stupid.
You just need to take time to relax and kind of take a deep breath, assess, like if you're agitated, like I said, just imagine them not being in your life, or imagine that thing that's irritating you not being in your life. If you feel like you really don't care if they're there or not, get rid of it.
Yeah.
You need to make a change. You can't be worried to make a change.
And if you don't know what's irritating you, figure it out.
Like fucking hell, what 90? I reckon 90% of people.
90% of people work in a job that they hate.
That they hate.
Yeah.
Genuine, and that's like they spend 9-10 hours a day there, and
you
they hate it.
spend 85% of your life at your job. If you don't like it, you're doing life wrong.
It's fucking retarded. And then fuck off. You know, fucking planes flying over. Just rude. You know. Just fucking rude.
Just rude.
Rude.
How dare you put a flight path over your house?
What are you doing? Anti-fly zone. You'll be surprised when your state changes, whether it's like Erin going away, or whether it's listening to music and changing your state or doing things that make you happy.
It will help.
It'll clarify.
Yeah.
You'll have that kind of moment of clarity.
Yeah.
Because when you're agitated or anxious or whatever it is, everything is clouded.
Yeah.
Whenever you think about something, it just kind of feels off. So, I would say mental first.
Yeah.
Get yourself right in your head.
And don't let anyone else's opinion about what you need to do to help yourself affect
I can't
you.
tell you enough. Who gives a fuck about what anyone thinks?
We're going to leave it there, and we're going to get more in depth on
so young, oh my God.
On work life, I think, in the next one, because
Work-life
both of
balance?
us, we work for ourselves in a sense. Well, I work for myself.
Yeah,
and
well,
he
me
in a
too.
sense works for himself
Yeah.
as well.
Thank you guys.
Subscribe.
Do you have subscribers?
No.
Not one?
I think
Can
so.
someone just subscribe? Fuck, man.
Can someone subscribe to us, please?
Like, just...
No, it's fine. Thanks for
Cut it.
tuning in again, and we will touch on our
Jobs.
in our next video, and it might take another month to get uploaded again, but hey, that's what happens when you work for yourself.
Yeah, it takes some time.
Alright guys, see ya.
Thank you.